All right, guys, welcome back to Action Living. I'm your host, Sunbury Brandon. In the studio today, I've got Sam the mailman, and I got Jimmy on the controls. Guys, during that break, we tried out some of my new food recipes, man. Sam, now you said you're losing weight, but you're just eating
I'm trying,
good.
yeah.
You're eating good, though, right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Now, I know you got a water over there. Have you always been on the water?
Yeah,
or-
I've given up soda. I've had like a half of Diet Coke, one half of like a Diet Coke in the last almost 3 months.
Okay, well, that's good, man.
Yeah.
That's real good. Jimmy is. You got 2 glasses over there, Jimmy. What do you drink? What is your mug? Coffee?
Well, I was having tea, but I decided to go for a NOS.
Oh, did I drink? I drink the last. Were you drinking that tea in there in the fridge?
No, I actually brought my own tea,
Because I just drank the last bit of tea. Now you drinking sweetened tea or unsweetened?
unsweetened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, English breakfast.
Okay, now the NOS. That's a good tasting NOS drink right there, dude.
Mm.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's actually the first energy drink I've had in a couple days, which sounds crazy.
Whoa, no way,
yeah.
Jimmy.
But I know.
Two at a time, Jimmy. No.
It's pretty intense. I know. I'm
Wh-
weaning
what's-
myself off.
Are you just saying that, or are you being serious?
No, I'm being serious.
Because of the calorie content, they're high.
Calorie isn't as much of an issue for me as much as sugar, just because I'm having so many of them.
You are.
There's like a normal day, I could have like 3 or 4 of them, you know.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, seriously, you do. You're not exaggerating here, and I
Yeah.
think you're supposed to have like 1 or 2 a day. Did you know that?
Really, if you're trying to be normal, you shouldn't have any.
Any a day.
yeah,
All right.
you shouldn't have any.
That drink right there, though. Let me borrow the can for a second so I can put it in the camera. This is called the Charged Citrus. I had this drink. The reason I'm so enthusiastic about this particular NOS drink is I had this at an event Saturday at the Plano event we did outside, and it was warm, so the drinks were not cold at all. They didn't. First of all, they were never cold to begin with, and it tasted really good. My throat was hurting. I was on the microphone, yelling all day, and so I needed something in my throat. And man, it tasted damn good, dude. So I went ahead and put the whole. There's a whole crap load of that in my fridge now.
Yeah,
So
this
I
one tastes a lot like an extra lemony Sprite. Is kind
Yeah.
of what it tastes like.
It's good. It tastes really good. I'm pretty stoked. I don't drink a lot of energy drinks, but when I need something, I go for it. And that's my new choice right there, my new flavor. So do you have some at your house?
No, but I don't need any.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
grab you a couple grab you a couple cans. Just save it for the show, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, yeah, I've on a new kick, man. I've got some new. Jenny from Austin was in here, and she came to town last week. We hung out. She's all these girls are fitness, eating right, working out. A lot of the girls getting this fitness modeling, okay, but she's into that. And man, I tried some of her meat, dude. This turkey that was chopped up and had seasoning. It was so good, man. I mean, she came off all this pre-prepared food, and she was gone all day long at the Texas Motor Speedway for the NASCAR race. And by the time she got back home, it was pretty much all gone, Sam. So now I went and bought it all and got all the recipe, and that's my new thing. You're gonna have a lot of that to snack on around the
Did
house.
she try any of your meat?
No, she didn't try my meat out. She's no, we didn't do that.
Ah.
But speaking of girls, I mean, she's another example. She stayed in the one of the we have a couple extra rooms here for that purpose. The girls will stay at, so it's like a haven for runaway bikini models trying to find themselves in the metropolis of Dallas, Texas. She has got a body, dude. Nice body. I mean, they all do for the
You
most
just
part.
you leave these girls alone. They come and stay at house. They come and go as they want, and you just leave them alone.
What do you think I could rent a room out here for? Follow me on this, guys. Listen closely. To guys that are going through a separation. You know what? Let's say everyone in this room had a significant other, and us and our partner got in a fight, and you got to separate. Don't you think I might or could have a nice opportunity to make some good money? Imagine if your separation, you would really get your mind off, because no matter what the situation is, whether it's good, bad, whatever, whether you love the girl and you like her, or you're just done with this chick, you want to not think about her when you get away, right?
Right.
Or if it's a guy, whatever, you don't want to think about your partner when you get away from him, correct? Jimmy, you agree? You just nod. Okay. Wouldn't coming here be a good distraction if I rented a room out by the night or like 3 days at a time?
Does it come with a girl?
Well, I mean, no, it doesn't come with a girl, but the girls are around though. And let's be real, as guys, at some point in our life, if we've been attracted to something, we've all had that moment where you just can't, Jimmy, I know you're younger, so I know when I was younger, I felt this way all the time. Remember when you like stayed in the same room or house as a chick and you just couldn't quit thinking about, like, you couldn't go to bed because all you could think about was hooking up with that person? Yeah, we all had that, right? Sam, you know what I'm talking about? Like, we're just you're in the same vicinity of this person and they're in the other room and that's all that's on your mind. You cannot sleep. So that guy, if he stayed in my house, would probably, if I had at least 2 girls, hell, if I had 1 girl here floating around the house being like the maid, they would probably be thinking about that chick the whole time.
Now, is that an advertising point? Rent a room. Hey, I have a room for rent. $200 a month and a 4-bed. I don't know however big 4-bedroom house.
Mm-hmm.
Pool in the backyard. Also, there could be random girls here.
Yeah. No, I would say there will be. If you're going to rent a room, I'll make sure girls here that night, hanging out.
You don't. That doesn't mean anything, but there will be girls here. It's up to you to make it mean something.
Well, it's not even about, like, I don't want to come across, because they're not, more than likely, they're not going to hook up with that chick, okay? I mean, it could happen, but more than likely it's not the case. It's just that they will be thinking about it, and it'll help get their mind off that girl. Because, man, if you're in a long relationship, it's got to be tough. Like, let's say you've been dating some chick for 6 years, okay? Or you're dating a guy, you know, if you have a partner, you're a dude. Whenever y'all separate, it's going to be hard to get back out there and meet people, right? Isn't that going to be the case? You're going to be like timid and shy and scared and a little standoffish. So if you came over to the Shawplex and there's entertainment right there in front of you, a good one that can talk real well, talk good, keep you entertained, look hot, it's just gonna feel a lot better than sitting around a lonely hotel room or motel room thinking about, you could be at the house with your wife or lover or whatever. You know what I mean? I think it's be very therapeutic. So I think I should probably offer that service. I've often said years ago when I was a little bit wilder and more, I guess, when I was still single, but when I was younger and a little bit wilder, I would tell my buddies, like, man, your wives don't realize how good they got it. Send your wife to my house and let her live with me for 3 days, and she'll come back home and she'll appreciate the hell out of you. And I think that'd be a good service too, man. I mean, because I have lots of friends that are married and their wives just think that their husbands are so bad and such bad guys. Like, dude, let your wife live with me and she'll freaking come back and appreciate the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? That's another service I'd like to add. Now, if I advertise that as therapeutic, would I need to have like a license for that? Is that allowed?
What, to do therapeutic massage?
No, not massage. Like, just if I advertise that staying at the Shawplex would be like a therapeutic setting.
Oh, well, you'd have to put that in like quotes or parentheses because you can't promise that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to go by the name Doc Shaw too. What's the law on that? Are you allowed to say you're a doctor if you're not? Dr. Dre's probably not a real doctor, is he?
I don't think so.
So,
but I think it's the doctor of love. Gene Simmons calls himself the doctor of love, but he's not really a doctor. So
is there?
As long as you're not advertising like medical or you just, hey, Dr. Brandon here, it's your nickname,
Are we? Is that something? Would you recommend me going that? It would probably help sales, wouldn't it? At the Shawplex.
At the Shawplex.
To stay in a room here.
It might.
If I was like, oh, meet Dr. Shaw here. Yeah, I mean, I gotta consider that, man. I feel like we give good advice in the show. I feel like our show is very therapeutic. I think it's good I think we cover enough ground. We do parenting. We cover couples counseling. Obviously, we've done a lot of that, dude. We've done setting up of people with the appropriate mate. So I think going by the name Dr. Shaw would probably be fitting for all of us. Maybe we all want to be dogs. Jimmy, are you? Would you consider yourself, because you're knowledgeable about a lot of things, would you think you're more of a doctor type or a psychologist?
Well, it depends on what it's for.
Well,
like just for humans?
What's your specialty? I mean, everyone has a specialty. I mean, some people are good jugglers. Some people are good at talking to people. Let's say you're going to be a healer of the souls of people, whether it be physically. What would you be? You're the kind of person that can maybe.
So this is having to do with like something to do with humans.
Something to do with you having a cool name and title of your name, like Dr. Ryan. Would you be a medical doctor, a psychiatrist, or what would you be?
No, I'd be more like into something like astrophysics or something like that, physics type stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'd be a doctor too, right?
Yeah.
So like a doctor of science.
Right.
How's that sound? So really on this show we can have, I think I'm a great couples counselor. We have the doctor of science over here. He can explain when people have questions about what makes Mentos make Coca-Cola explode. And Sam, what would you be?
I'd probably be the doctor of entertainment.
The doctor of that would let's see, entertainment. How would that be a doctor? Explain it to me.
I would make sure that you're having fun, that you're watching good TV shows, maybe going to some good movies,
So
going out
it'd
to
be
some
in a sense, it'd be mental health thing because you're going to make sure they have
Yes.
fun. Fun's in the mind, right?
Yes.
So you'd be sort of like me. I'd be like a couples therapist, I believe. You'd be would that be a psychiatrist? What's the other one? There's psychiatrists. and
Psychiatrist, psychologist.
psychologist. Probably psychiatrist is the one that recommend the pills, right? They can do prescriptions.
Yeah.
So you can't do that, obviously, right?
No.
Okay. So psychologist, then. That's what you're going to be then.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sam, is it Harris, right?
Yes.
So whenever we do our medical, let's just say self-improvement segments, we'll all be doctors. And I think Jimmy's going to be a different type of segment. He would be good for our gizmos and gadgets. At what point did the gadgets what do y'all think is the best gadget of all time? I'm going to say the remote control. What do you think?
The best gadget?
Yeah, like a gadget, like a
Like a cell phone?
Yeah, there you go. Cell phone, very good one. At what point? Now I'm glad Jimmy's here because Jimmy's at the right age to ask this question. At what point do people not remember what it was like to not have a remote control? I remember, Jimmy. Do you remember ever seeing a TV where you got up and turned the knob?
Yeah.
But it was something was it just you saw one at your grandma's house?
Yeah, well, I came into contact with them. I've never really been a TV person.
But I mean,
really.
like even like 5 years old, 6 years old, you never had to. Did you ever have to on a regular basis turn a knob on anything?
I don't think so.
TV wise. So your whole life as a kid, did y'all have TVs growing up? Like, did your parents some parents don't like to have TVs in their houses.
Mhm.
Did y'all have a TV?
Yeah.
Okay, remote control,
Uh-huh.
and it was a norm, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I think you're at the age, the generation where people really can't relate to what me and Sam did. Because Sam, you grew up with a TV, you turned a knob, right?
Yeah, turn the knob.
Okay, isn't that crazy? That
Yeah,
I mean,
we only had 3 channels.
yeah, you had like
You had 3 network channels, and then you had your VHF channels.
yeah,
Or
that was back.
UHF, whatever. I forget what they are.
I think the remote control, which we all take for granted, let's be real, we all take, is probably the best thing going right now. And I think maybe more so than a cell phone, but cell phones are good too, though. It's a hard toss up. What's your gizmo gadget of luxury that you could never live without? Can't say cell phone, you can't say remote controller.
No, I would say computer.
Computer.
Yeah.
See that you're right about that. Computer is a gizmo gadget, isn't it?
Yep.
Mhm.
That would be. Wow. Okay. And now you've always been around during the age of internet, right, Jimmy? Because in 1995, is that when internet hit big? Around 92, 93?
Yeah, I was around before it. I was on BBSs when I was like 5. So that was
What's
before
a
internet.
BBS?
Like a bulletin board service, you would have to like call somebody's actual phone number and have your computer plugged into the phone jack. Your computer would have to be too, and you would basically just connect to their computer.
All right. And, all right, so you're basically, but pretty much computers have always been relevant. There was a time back around 91 and before that, you didn't have to have a computer in your life to live, right, Sam? Remember
No.
those? But you've always grown up around computers, right, Jimmy? For the most part, since you're like 12 and up, right?
Well, yeah, especially me because I grew up with. I literally when I was 4, I was learning how to use a computer.
How old were you? How old were you in like 1992?
92, I would have been 9.
Because that's about the time when you pretty much everyone was getting a computer, right, Sam? Around that time.
Yeah, I didn't get my first one until I think 97 or 98.
Well, unless you had a business like in the early 90s, you really didn't have to have one. And then when AOL, like American Online, kind of caught on.
Which is where I started, and I still use AOL, and I get crap for that.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on Yahoo.com. Is that AOL too? Didn't
No,
they get bought out?
Yahoo's not AOL.
All right, I thought they got bought out or they were like merged or something.
But people will give you crap for being on Yahoo as well.
Okay, well, yeah, it's funny though that this day and age. I mean, just think about it. Like, let's talk about Jimmy. You came along in the day and age of you were born into the world of CDs and DVDs. So and here's what's crazy: is there'll be a kid. Let's say like the kids nowadays that are born don't deal with CDs. I mean, they pretty much everything's on their iPod. They're all downloaded their music. Okay, because CDs are a thing of the past, right? Those are ending.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how far along do they have before they're extinct?
They're already extinct. CDs and DVDs and
But hold on,
all of that stuff.
not for video though.
Yeah, I mean, like, really, when it comes down to stats, it basically is. I mean, like,
For
'cause
video,
you got,
for video though.
because like Netflix right now is becoming such a huge bandwidth hog that they're in a fight with Comcast because Comcast is going to start capping. I mean, Netflix has gotten so big that people
Hold on,
just
I
want
don't.
to
I
stream
guess
everything.
I don't know. I know the name Netflix.
Yeah.
But is that the one you download off of your Wii or your Xbox or something?
You can have it on almost like any platform, like any of your gaming machines, your computer, your phone, pretty much anything. And you can watch movies, TV shows, all that stuff that's on DVD. Like most of it's going to end up being on Netflix.
Do you do this?
I just download things. So,
Do you know how to do the Netflix? Sam, do you do Netflix?
No, I don't.
Because it's only like $8 a month, right?
yeah, I think it's like 5 for streaming.
So I can go to my Wii. It sounds like I'm talking about my penis, but I can go to my Wii, and I can get, because I've seen the commercials. I just don't. I hate technology. I hate move. I just, I'm down with the CDs. I'm down with Redbox. I didn't like Redbox. I fought Redbox, guys.
Yeah, no, you guys are holding on to the CDs and DVD market, but that's the only reason why that market still exists is
I just don't
until
like
you
change.
guys move on.
I don't like
Yeah.
change at all, dude. Every
Yeah.
time I figure something out, man, they come up with a better way to do it, and I'm like, I'm so behind. Oh wow! So I better go ahead and adapt to this. I'm sure I'll embrace it and I'll like it. Once I mean, I didn't want to change from the BlackBerry to the iPhone, dude, and thank God I did. I love my iPhone now, although they break very easily. I've shattered another one, but
Yeah, I've seen. It seems like every other girl who has an iPhone, the thing is shattered.
oh, I'm not a girl.
No, I'm just saying that it's usually girls that end up having theirs shattered.
Do you
I
know
wasn't
why
implying
mine shattered
anything.
though?
Why is that?
Because
Because a girl dropped it.
No, because maybe I got mad at her and threw it. That'd be more inclined to what happened to me. The case, the protective case that I bought for this, you can't put your charger in at the same time. It won't fit. It'll unplug real easily. And I heard that was the case on. I guess it wasn't just my protector that I bought. It was all of them that were made that way. But so I can't use my protector, man. I can use it, but I don't remember to take it on and off. It's kind of a pain. So that's why, man. It sucks, man. It's expensive too. This one's just slowly chipping off.
Yeah.
It's shattered, but it's like slowly just chipping away.
You would think that people that have iPhones would be pretty pissed off about that, but they're going to keep buying iPhones.
No, I recall this being. I remember hearing about this like a year ago when it first happened. They came out with the iPhone, and the cases that iPhone sells you, like at their Apple stores or whatever, they don't fit right with the charger. Because like I said, I remember Stephanie that worked for me having an issue with this too, and a few other people. So I think they were pissed off. I think they actually would switch it out for you or something. But once again, I'm the kind of person that doesn't have time to go switch stuff out like that. You know what I mean? I got crap in my house that needs to be returned. I just never get around to doing it. That's just anyway. You got to pick and choose your battles there each day. What you want to spend your time on. But so you're telling me right now that my DVDs, like behind me, you see the DVD playing right here? Have y'all noticed the screen?
Mm-hmm.
It's American Pimp. It's a show, documentary. Those are a thing of the past. Those are gone like the records. You're saying.
Especially in the next 3 years. In the next 3 years, there's going to be, it's going to feel a lot like when you pull out a tape and you're like, hey, remember these?
Yeah, but how do when the MTV Cribs comes to your house, do you pull out your Scarface DVD and show, I got Scarface, how do you do that now? You got to go to your computer screen and show the chick from MTV Cribs, look, there it is on my screen?
Well, if you notice, like, whenever it comes to, like, designing or, like, house designing, they always show, like, a minimalistic type house, like, and they call it modern.
Okay.
That's what it's going to end up moving towards, is where you don't need any of these media sets, you just kind of talk to people about the movies that you like,
Sam, you're going to laugh, Jimmy. You won't be able to relate to this probably. Sam, you remember your first microwave?
Oh,
Your parents getting one? Probably not you. Probably your parents got one.
barely. We didn't get a microwave. I think the first microwave might have been when I moved out of my house. I don't think my parents ever bought a microwave.
So you actually got your first microwave.
Yeah.
How old were you? Like 18?
I'm trying to
19?
remember now. Did we have? No, we did have a microwave, but it was like this big. It was like a big bulky one.
Yeah.
Well, it had like a knob, I think, that you had to turn.
Jimmy, you should have saw the evolution of the microwave. Cook it in a minute, dude. Oh, the biggest thing. I mean, it was a big deal. Man, it's like, but you got to be careful because you get still in there to blow up and all this. My mom blew up one actually. It started sparking and did all those crazy things. She had to buy it, but I mean, we grew up. It's funny because now I look back and we weren't that poor, but we were taught to believe we were super poor. You know what I mean? But my dad made a modest living. You know what I mean? We did okay, but we grew up in a poor neighborhood. And we grew up, believing we were poor, but we had all the gizmo gadgets. My mom had every little thing that could make her life happier to bake. We just had crappy cars. Instead of having a nice car, my parents had nice stuff for the kitchen, I guess you could say. My mom would buy all that stuff, but the first microwave, man, oh, what a freaking delight. I actually have one of the original microwaves that ever came out. I believe it was in my garage right now, dude. The kind you turn a knob on, the real cheap one.
Yeah.
I used to use it in my house, dude, and people were so mad at me all the time. Like, dude, get another microwave. So I finally broke down and bought one. The sad thing is I don't know how to use any of the functions that my microwave does. It's got different cooking settings and all the neat stuff. It sounds good on the box when you're buying it. But I'm not going to read the book and learn how to, better cook a pizza in the microwave. I cook my eggs in the microwave. You ever cook an egg in the microwave?
No, I don't really, because they come out. There's certain stuff you just don't cook in the microwave. Eggs are one of them.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, they don't come out good. They just, I don't know. I'd rather be doing them on the stove and just.
It's just less to clean up. It's faster. It's more convenient for me.
Well,
the word
it's not
convenient.
much to clean up if you just use a little Pam in your pan.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I just don't know.
Non-stick.
But do you like if you use your pan every day? Do you clean it every day? Like do you
Yeah, I'll spray the Pam.
Okay.
Usually I make scrambled eggs, but I might make some over easy. Or then once the pan's empty, because it cleans it, everything comes out when you're done cooking. You just take a cloth and you can wipe it out, go over, rinse in some water, and it's done. It's clean.
See, I guess I need to just start doing that. I'm so used to the habit of if I use something, it goes right in the dishwasher. Dude, I wash dishes. I'm a single guy. I live here by myself most. There's always people around my house.
Well, I mean, I'll put if I'm going to run the dishwasher, it's going to be like once a week.
I run the dishwasher like every other day.
I don't go through much stuff, so if it's like just me, if I use a spoon, I'll just go over, put the water on hot, take a cloth and wash it under the water, clean it, and then wipe it and put it back. I mean, it's clean.
You know that I probably go through like 3 forks a day by myself.
Damn.
I just don't want them sitting around, so I'll keep one glass all day long, like clockwork.
Why don't you just go to the dollar store for $1? You can buy a whole big bag of plastic silverware, and then you won't even have to worry about washing.
I don't mind the washing. I just don't like.
It's just a waste of water if you're running the dishwasher every other day for not much stuff.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff in there. No, I'm not just. No, I got plenty of stuff. I got 2 sets of pots and pans, and I got all sorts of crap. I got tons of dishes, tons of silverware. But I do wash my dishes. I run out of forks. I wash my dishes probably about once every 2 or 3 days. I wash dishes around here, man, like clockwork. So, my dishwasher's pretty good. I don't know how it works, but I think it's a steam one. Does that make sense? You ever heard of steam?
No.
There's something to it that makes it pretty good. But yeah, I wash a lot. I don't like taking the dishes and putting them away. I like putting them in, but not taking them out and putting them up in the shelves. All right, man. Well,
that's like saying I don't mind putting the stuff in the washing machine. I just don't like putting it in the dryer.
Yeah, I'm bad about clothes too, man. I ruin so many clothes. Do you do your own laundry?
Yeah.
Do you ever leave the stuff in the wet stuff in there and forget it's there, and not put it in the dryer for like days later?
I might for a day, but then you just pop it in the dryer and it's fine.
Nah, you can mildew things. You never had.
Yeah, if you don't leave it in there too long, and then if you do that, then you just have to put the washer on again and wash it again.
Yeah, but there's some stuff that never, like towels. You never had some towels that smell like mildew?
I wash my towels at least once a week, so no.
I for whatever reason, man, the towels seem to never get rid of that smell. And if you dry, and I'll try to make them last. You dry off that towel, even though it's clean, it'll smell like that smell, that mildew smell. So you got to just throw them out. And I just got to the point in life where I do that now. I used to try to hang on to it, but I had it's clean. I washed it. It must be fine. And I just realized that's just mildew. It's just not. It's just the towel's bad. But I do that all the time. I'll put stuff in my washer and especially because my washer's back here.
Yeah.
Is your washer and dryer like in a place that's kind of convenient?
It's in a room with a door across from my bedroom in the back of the house.
Okay, well mine's kind of, as you can tell, kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Y'all probably think I come in this room all the time because we're in the studio right?
Yeah.
Every time y'all come here, y'all go in this room. Prior to this show, having the studio here, I never came in this room. I'd come in this room to do laundry and to watch a movie once a month. Okay, that's it. This room is like,
Well, with all the bitches you have coming here, why don't you make them, as part of their deal of staying here, they have to do your laundry?
I'm very weird about my laundry. It's not because I'm ashamed or hide anything. I've always done my own laundry, man. And yeah, they've done, certain people have done my laundry. I've had a lot of fights about my laundry. Like these shirts, that I'm like the one I'm wearing now, they got to be laundered a certain way or they shrink up and they don't fit the right way, and you got to be, take care of them. So I get really, really mad, especially my shorts. You guys have clothes. Jimmy, I think you'll probably relate this because of your shirts. You wear a certain brand of shirt, okay? You guys got stuff that fits the right way, but if you wash it or dry it wrong, it's gonna ruin it. It won't fit the same way. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, well, it's mainly just I have to make sure that I clean them and not try to re-wear them. If I try to re-wear them, then they're going to be loose.
But you never had like a favorite shirt and then you washed it or you dried it and it came out a little bit too tight and it was ruined. It's not, you know what I mean? Or shorts, especially shorts.
No, not really that way, but the other direction.
Here's where I have a problem. Pants. I'm at the weirdest height, okay? I'm at 6'1", and pants can come up a little bit too short if you dry them and they shrink up a little bit, okay? And I'm sure it's my body type. Everyone's different, I might have a longer or shorter torso, but my shorts, I like my shorts to go below my knees, okay? I'm not going to wear shorts that are above my knees. I just don't like the look of it, okay? Boy, a few people have washed my clothes and put my I do not dry my shorts. Put my shorts in the dryers, and I'll measure them. I'll just freak out about it, dude. I can't take it. And I'll go put them back in the washer and try to stretch them out. And that's my big pet peeve, man. I don't like people washing my clothes. I like the way they fit a certain way, and you got to be real super careful of them. So, not happening. What's some other things around the house that are modern appliances that we utilize? That's about it. Microwaves.
Ovens. Wow.
You know what? How about the Foreman grill?
Oh, the Foreman grill's awesome.
One of the best. You guys are bachelors. You got a Foreman grill?
Yep, I do.
For sure, one of the best gadgets for a guy of all time is a Foreman grill. If you want to try to eat healthy and eat right, that is the number one thing you have to own is a Foreman grill. And you can cook almost anything on there. Can you cook eggs on there?
You probably can, but that's going to get a little messy.
It would probably slide down a little bit, wouldn't it? Yeah, you probably could cook them on there.
There's a new one out. I forget what it's called. There's a new cook thing you can buy. I saw it on an infomercial. It's like a dish. It folds in half, so you can cook almost anything in it. And they made it look really good. Whether it is or not, because the Foreman. Let's face it, the Foreman's great, but it's a pain in the ass to clean afterwards.
Yeah. Do you keep that little thing that, like the little teeth on it that kind of scrape it off?
Yeah, well, at this point, I just take a wet cloth and I just clean it with a cloth now instead.
Yeah.
But that's the only bad thing about the Foreman. It's just a little hard to clean.
Do you put Pam on it or the non-stick?
I spray sometimes depending on how much I use it, but you don't really need to.
Yeah. I like the Foreman, dude. I dig the Foreman grill for sure.
I have an older one too, so I probably need to invest in an upgrade.
They're not.
one.
Hey, you can get the best of the best Foreman grills for $80.
They have a Foreman grill, like a big stand-up one that's like an outdoor grill now that you can buy.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
I bought a steamer for my rice. I like that a lot too. You know what that is? It's that big. If you look in my kitchen, the big round thing, you put your rice in there. It'll be ready for you later on in the day. You can put a timer on it, whatever you want to do. And it'll just keep it hot and ready. Just like if you go to a restaurant, the same thing. It'll keep it hot and ready for you anytime you want some more rice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's freaking awesome, dude. You guys eat a lot of toast?
Not a lot, but I do sometimes.
Dude, I finally broke down. I had the cheap, I think, as a guy, I buy the cheap toaster. It holds 2 slices. And forever, I used to eat 4 slices of toast a day. So forever I had to pop into more. Well, when your toast is not warm anymore, it just doesn't taste as good. And it gets all hard, you know what I mean?
Oh, I like when it cools down a little bit.
And it's kind of hard, super hard.
Well, it doesn't get that hard unless it's been a long time.
I like a nice brown toast. But I finally broke down and bought a toaster that holds 4 slices. And man, what?
Oh my God! Wow, really? You bought a 4-slice toaster?
Well, I'm saying I used to have the 2-slice, and I'd sit there. And my point was I'd sit there and have to wait, and then put 2 more in and have to wait. Well, my first 2 pieces of toast in are no longer warm, right? And I like them warm. Okay, the butter melts.
It's not going to get that cold in the span of another minute.
No, that takes 2 or 3 minutes to.
I like it though, actually, when the bread cools down a little and the butter's already cold.
Yeah, not me. I like.
But I like eating
warm.
cold food. I like eating cold Chinese food. I like eating cold pizza.
I don't like cold Chinese either. Where's that's my little luxury is a 4-slice toaster, man. At one time, boom, 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 and then boom, it's all good. I just felt like a rock star, dude, when I got my 4 slices in there at once versus the 2. It's an inconvenience, man. I mean, I like things to be super efficient when I'm making my meals. But hey, man, let's talk about Chinese food for a second there. You guys ever what's your favorite Chinese food place? We take a lot of Chinese food.
Place? There's so many of them. I don't know. I don't even know the names of half of them.
Panda. You like Panda Express?
Panda Express is okay, but that doesn't seem to me like real Chinese food. I mean, it's Chinese food, but it's not like you go to an authentic Chinese restaurant.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like it, but when you go to like a place that's a mom and pop Chinese restaurant, like there's a place near my house called I think it's called the China King Buffet.
Yeah, over off of Trinity Mills.
Yeah.
I've
Okay, you've eaten
ate
there?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's across from where the Target is.
I'm a big lover of Chinese food.
Yeah, me too. But I can't. If I have to stay away from the buffets. I just have to because I go in there and I'll just eat way too much and then I'll just get sick. So
I do too.
Because you feel like you want to try a little bit of everything, and before you try a little bit of everything, that's a lot, and then you want to go back and try a little bit more. And then you end up wanting to eat a lot of what you like, but you're stuffing it in, and then you're drinking the tea and the water, and then...
I will tell you, Chinese places are the one place I will not go unless it is a buffet, unless I've been there before, because they all make it a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? Like one sesame chicken might be one way and whatever. So at the buffet, you can see what you're about to eat. And I can tell by the way it looks how it's going to taste usually, okay, or how it's made. And so that's one thing is the buffets are to die for, man.
Well, that's why I don't want to do them. I'd rather just... pay a little bit more and get either a combination plate dinner that's just one meal, or pay for a couple of things and then take it home and eat it.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Panda, man. Panda is it's so good for fast food Chinese.
Panda has a thing going on today on Facebook because it's tax day. There's a bunch of, if you search, there's a bunch of places that are doing free stuff. What is it called? What's it called? Panda
Express. Oh, let's see. I might have to go there after the show and grab me some food.
I'm trying to find their Facebook page, but is it Panda?
Panda, yeah.
Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. No wonder. They have a coupon. Here we go. You get a free. You get to try one of their new meals for free today.
Oh, they do get a couple new things.
Free single serving of the Shanghai Angus steak valid today only. You just have to print off a coupon.
From Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. Go to their Facebook page.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. Man, me and Stephanie used to work with me. We were so in love with Panda. That was like our go-to place to eat. And we try to eat there at least once a week. And, man, we would drive all over trying to find one. And we found there was the closest ones over there by the Galleria. Or actually, I'm sorry, Preston and Montfort.
There's 2 near me.
Yeah, you guys do live right by a couple of them. But we'd have to drive to your Panda to get our food.
All the way to Beltline? There's one on Beltline Road at
yeah, like Montfort.
Yeah, no, this is by my house I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's one probably over that way.
There's one at Beltline in Montfort by that new shop area, the Barnes and Nobles.
Yep.
Which that wasn't always there though. Then there's one over there by you guys that we used to go to.
Yeah, there's 2 over by me. There's one also over at Old Denton and George Bush.
I don't know. One time we couldn't find the one by you guys. We drove everywhere, man. And yeah, there are 2 over there. We'd run into them by accident. There's one at Trinity Mills in Midway, I believe.
Wait a minute. What about not Panda? But there's what's the other one? Not Panda Express, but it's a Chinese chain as well.
Don't know, man. Where do you take a girl? What's acceptable fast food to take a date on? Let's all have a little quick discussion here. For a date. I mean, at what point is it okay to take a date to a fast food place? I mean, is that talking about your 3rd or 4th date in? If it's a real, let me clarify. If it's a real date, like, let's say that I'm like, I'm a girl, my name's Becky, and I'm like, Jimmy, take me out tomorrow night. 7 o'clock, we're going to go on a date to the movies, and you better show me a good time, boy. And so, notice I made it a black chick all of a sudden. So, at what point are you okay to take me to Panda Express? Jimmy, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that as long as it's not really planned, I mean, Panda Express isn't bad, but like as long as it isn't planned, then you can basically go anywhere. And
right,
if you're going out,
But when you first meet a girl, you pretty much want to. If you're gonna have an experience with a girl, even if it's not planned, do you want to? You don't want to just say, oh, she's cool. I don't know, man. Do you want to wait and take her somewhere nice, or do you just say, screw it, she wants to hang out, let's just go to Panda Express?
Nah, I don't like because for me, if she is going to be so offended by the idea of us stopping off at a Panda Express on the way, then she might as well just be asking to get dropped off at home. I mean, like, I'm not going to be interested.
Okay, well, let's say let's go a different route then. Let's say you're interested. You've been pursuing this chick. You're gonna plan a date,
right?
Because it's being planned. We have to take them to a nice restaurant, correct? If it's a planned date.
If you're centering the entire date around that, you might want to. By
the way, when I say nice restaurant, I'm saying like a Chili's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Something above McDonald's. Is that fair to say?
Right.
I mean, is it safe to say that Panda Express would not be considered? I mean, that's still fast food, right?
I don't know.
It's nicer than McDonald's. I mean, we all agree that Panda is at least a step up from like Burger King or something, but not much of a step, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're going to Chili's. At what point are you like, let's just go to Panda Express and go get a movie? About the third. I'm thinking like the third date.
See, call me low class, but that would be a first date to me.
Panda Express?
Yeah, why not? Because you're going to a movie, you're going out to hang out.
Let's pull Panda out. Let's pull Panda out.
Yeah.
Where's your burger joint of choice? Fast food burger joint of choice.
I don't know, really any of them.
Really? So McDonald's. Just go McDonald's.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
I would say if you're gonna go like maybe to Brahms, because then you can get a nice ice cream afterwards.
See, Brahms too nice though. At what point?
Too nice?
At what point can we go to McDonald's? Is that making it easier to ask the question?
I would say, maybe the second, but if you're on your way home and you just want to grab something really quick.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Yeah.
But we're talking about planned out, like we're gonna go eat,
right,
and then go to a movie. So second date you're saying is McDonald's?
I don't think that you should ever be planning to go to a fast food place.
No,
I know. That should never be on the agenda.
But at what point can you be like, let's just go grab a bite to eat before the movie real fast?
Yeah, maybe second date.
Okay, second. Sam, any input on this?
Now
you said something interesting. We'll get to that in a second, though.
Well, no, like you said, like say you went to a movie. Well, are you talking about planned out or just like spontaneous?
Like me and you tomorrow night. We have a set time at 7:00.
I don't think you ever plan a date to go to a fast food place.
Oh, I did. When I was a kid, I did. I mean, I just said we're gonna go eat, and that might be there. But it's funny. Do we all think that Whataburger's a step up? Like, did we all put Whataburger at a higher level than like McDonald's? Is that an agreement? I mean, really though, at the end of the day, they really are the same, right? For the most part. But for some reason, Whataburger seems to be more acceptable. Like it's not quite as low on the totem pole as Burger King. So
Burger King's trying to up their image now with their new menu. So
really.
Yes.
I like their onion rings. I don't like nothing else there but their onion. And their rodeo cheeseburgers are really good. Okay, so about the second date, Sammy, is that same for you?
Yeah, I guess, but again, I don't really think you plan a date to go to a fast food place.
Right.
I think it just happened.
Well, it's like we have a date and I guess what I'm trying to get at. Let's say we have a date and we know that our main date is focused on going ice skating. Does that sound good, guys? And you know you're going to eat somewhere, so you're just like, let's just pull in and eat somewhere. There is a point where you go, hey, let's just pull into Burger King real fast and eat there. There's a point where you can do that with girls. She's totally cool, but it's not like you're a douchebag or whatever, or cheap ass. Burger King, though, not Burger King, Brahms. It's interesting you say that because Brahms, because of the novelty of all the different flavors of ice cream, that's almost an acceptable first date.
Yeah.
For a normal person, just let's say if I'm 25 years old, and especially the girls like new to town, because is Brahms, are those all over the place?
There's a bunch of them here. I don't know if it's all over the place, but I know there's a bunch of them here.
Okay, well, I think that's kind of acceptable because of the ice cream. You can act like, well, over there we can grab a burger. Let's go get an ice cream, though. That might be, I mean, it's not something I would probably do, but I think it'd be okay to do. It is a step up. Their burgers are really good. I mean, it's safe to say. Jody Dean took that chick. Remember the Dallas was Most Eligible? Jody Dean took that chick, that high-end chick, Tara, to frickin' a gas station that had like a food place in the back of it. Did you see that episode? You didn't watch that show?
No, I didn't watch that show.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, dude. Kind of a bomb. Pretty big of a failure. Where are we going? Let's say that we meet the right person. Where are we going on our first date? I'm gonna say if I have a good pay week and I make some money, or I'm having a good month, I'm thinking Fogo de Chao or Texas de Brazil. If I'm having a good month, okay. But I think my go-to place would be like a Chili's or something like that. I mean,
yeah, Chili's. I don't want to go to a Fogo de Chao because for me personally, again, it's a buffet, and you don't want to look like a pig on one of your first dates.
Yeah, but what about Texas de Brazil? Because it's
the same thing as Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, it is a buffet. Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive, so it's impressive. So you're trying to impress somebody, but it's like $30 a person at dinner, and I think like $20 a person at lunch.
That's
But it's all
I
you-
don't know what because actually it's more than that I believe.
Fogo, yeah,
Oh,
Fogo. Oh, Fogo, I think is like $50 for dinner and $29 for lunch or something.
Maybe takes to Brazil for sure because Francis, Francis, he
Yeah.
takes me to there for my birthday every year. Takes to Brazil,
Oh, does he?
and I've gone there for some dates too, but it's expensive.
Hey,
man.
Francis, my birthday's in October. Hinted, but
He's
when
a-
you
he's
go
a
to
good birthday
when
date.
you go to those places, though, man, I mean the food's awesome, but it's a buffet style, and you just don't want to look like a pig because you have access to all the free food. Whereas opposed you go to Chili's or Fridays, and you just get your main order, and that's it.
It's funny. You're worried about looking like a pig. I never even would think about that. What I'm worried about is getting gassy or getting having to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom.
But the problem is, you go to those places. I don't know about you, but I'm so full by the end of the meal. Last thing I want to do is try and be impressing a hot chick.
No, you're right.
Not on a second date. If it's a couple of months in and you've already gotten to know each other, and you can let loose and say, "Okay, I'm full of you. Let's go home, unbutton our pants, and fall asleep on the
Yeah.
couch."
No, you're exactly right. When I go to Jimmy, have you been to either one of those places? Have you been to any Brazilian restaurant where they bring the meat to you? It's like ponchos. You raise the flag. Okay, we've all been
Wait a
there.
minute, do
okay?
they still have ponchos?
Yeah, they still
Okay,
exist.
Okay.
We've all been there. Do y'all prepare when y'all know when you know you're going to those places? Are y'all like me? Do y'all prepare your entire day to go there?
Yeah.
I don't eat. I'll eat very little. I get my entire body cleansed out. I go to the bathroom as much as possible. I literally prepare for those days when I go there. Are y'all the same way? Jimmy, you the same way?
Yeah, definitely.
So
But then-
it's not just me. Then,
Then 5 minutes after that, you're already full.
Dude, I'm like so in the zone when I go there. I'm so ready. I'm just like, I've got a mission. I skip the salad. Forget the scallop. We're
Oh,
not
but
doing
I know, but that salad bar is so
They
good
are
with the
good.
fresh bacon.
You know what? It's really good at Texas to Brazil. Oh my God, the mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you hate to run part of your digestive system filling up with mashed potatoes. It's so those garlic mashed potatoes are so good. So we've all well good. I always thought I'm glad it's not just me then. I mean, when I'm going to one of those places, dude, I'm in training mode for it, bro, and I'm on a mission, and I'm pretty much saying yes to every piece of meat that they bring by, at least one part, just to try it out.
Yeah, I think I do all of them. There's one I think I don't do that I'm just not crazy about, but I'll at least try all the other ones.
Oh man, that's the first time I ever had filet mignon and rack of lamb. I remember my first visit there. It was so awesome. But well, cool. I don't feel like such an idiot now that I'm in preparation, like I'm going to a freaking game or something. I'll tell you the good place. You guys been to a good first date place? If you want to splurge, and you like I said, and if what's a good amount of money for a first date nowadays? It's getting expensive, dude. It really is. It's getting costly to go to.
If it's a first date, are you assuming that you're paying? I mean, you'll offer, but are you assuming?
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
are you
you got to assume you're
figuring this out that you guys have already decided maybe you're just going to go Dutch or?
I think you have to.
There's no such thing as Dutch on a first date.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
seen
never heard of
times
that.
when you go to offer to pay, and girls like, I'll pay my share or whatever.
If they do that, there's a possibility. Well, they're either being very polite and they really don't mean it. First of all, they really don't want to pay, or that you might be in the friend zone. Possibly you're in the friend zone. Okay, they do that.
That's more likely than it is they're just trying to go Dutch and
Yeah,
date you.
I've never heard of if you're really into I don't know, man. I'm trying to. I know I've had people say I'll pay. In all fairness, I've had a lot of girls say I'll pay. Like I took a I don't want to say her name,
Well,
but I took,
okay. Does it depend on who asks who out? If the girl asks you
Yeah,
out, is
well-
it assumed that she's going to pay?
I don't think I never assume the girl's going to pay unless they say it. I've had girls say, "Hey, you've taken me out. I'm going to take you out tomorrow." And I've had that happen. I never assume the girl's going to pay. Jimmy, do you ever assume the girl's going to pay?
Not unless they dance for a living.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sam. Do you really think? Do you
No,
often
I'm
think?
just-
Do you go into this thinking maybe Dutch a lot of times?
No, but I'm just throwing out some
Okay,
scenarios.
okay. I don't think I've ever.
They don't exist ever.
I don't think I've ever in my mind thought this will probably be Dutch. I don't think because you never.
Well, no, some women get. I mean, maybe it's just watching dumb TV shows. But
Yeah, that only happens on TV. It really does, Sam. It's never happened once to me in my entire life that a girl said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go Dutch on this one." Like they always
I don't know.
assume.
Hold on.
Well, no,
Really?
but I
Really?
mean,
Because I
Yeah.
have had that happen.
when the bill comes and the girl offers to pay her share, though.
I never assumed we were going to go Dutch, but I've
Right.
had some girls, I don't think they meant it,
Yeah.
but I've had them go, oh, I'll help out. I'll help out.
I've had them chip in on drinks here and there, but it's never been, oh, let's split the bill in half. Everything we do, I'm going to make sure I'm paying half. That's never happened.
Were these girls that were friends or date? Like, we're talking dates, right? Where have you ever
Yeah.
have you ever had it though, where maybe you didn't know? We've all had the situations where we didn't know if we were on a date or not, right? Have we all had that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's usually that's my dating life.
It's like we don't know. Like, is this like we don't know what it means to them? We know we like to bang it. We're all down for hitting it. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be real. If we're going out with a girl to dinner and we just met her, we're thinking one thing. Okay, we're not thinking this would be a great friend, man. This is awesome. We're out there for a reason. So I think you got to assume. I'll tell you though, have y'all been to the Melting Pot in Addison?
No, I
Off
haven't, but
Beltline
I've heard
Road?
about it.
It's right there by the Improv.
Isn't that like
I think-
cheese and
It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like cheese and you dip. I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't know how to do very good. It's one of those things you have a little heat thing, a fire boiling a pot.
yeah, and then
And you dip your stuff
yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's an art to it, and I don't know the art to it, but that is an impressive first date, dude. That's where you go to. So if you guys never been there, always be aware of what it's going to cost. Though it's probably going to be about, I don't even know what it costs, but it's one of those things that if you have to ask the price, you maybe shouldn't go there. You know what I mean? Scenario, but you probably should plan on spending with drinks and food and everything about $80. Okay, now that's an expensive date or for food, but it's not over the top expensive, is it? $80 for drinks and food. Is that a good dinner, Sam?
that's an expensive dinner.
But it's expensive, but we're not talking like it's super expensive, right?
Yeah.
Anything under $100, Jimmy. What are your thoughts? You're a single man. You're 28. What are your thoughts on what do you consider expensive dinner or not, or like in between? What's your numbers?
Like 50 to 80 is like if I'm going out on a date, something like that, then that's probably about reasonable.
Kind of like a mid-range
Mhm.
level of, you know what I mean, like anything over $100. If your meal's over $100, you took a chick to a bad, that's in my world in Shawville, that's like a 5-star restaurant. I mean, it may not be to somebody else, but to my world, it's a 5-star restaurant. Is that the same? Like, so like 50 to 80 for you, for me, would be like a 3.5 to 4-star restaurant. Is that the same thing in your scenario?
Right.
So now if you're trying to impress the girl, is that what you're going to do? You're going to take her to that kind of a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
3.5 stars. Okay, what do we consider like not a McDonald's, not a fast food? Like, where does Chili's fit into this? Like, Chili's is okay. You can take a girl to Chili's. You're not looking like a dumbass, are you? Chili's is acceptable, right?
Yeah, I think that Chili's is like the easy go-to. Chili's and Olive Garden,
TGI Fridays.
those types of places. Yeah,
Yeah, Olive Garden is more expensive than Chili's, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think that and like I think those are just a hair above all this. I mean, I think you can go out on a good date. Let's just say, when I say drink, let's say 2 drinks. Okay, is that about right for a dinner? 2 drinks. I think you can leave Chili's for under $50 with 2 drinks and food and everything. Right? Is that right?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Sam, does that sound?
Yeah.
All right. So if it's a tight month and money's tight, and it's not so good, we're all heading to Chili's. We should make a list of acceptable 1, 2, 3 restaurants. What's another one? Chili's, TGI Fridays, Olive Garden. I think Olive Garden might be the next bracket, bro, with drinks. I could be wrong about that, but it seemed like they might be more expensive. What's another place that's kind of like a Chili's that's acceptable? You know what? How about the barbecue places? Like I wouldn't take a girl to Sonny Brian's, I don't think. Oh, Spring Creek Barbecue's badass. Very good food, man. In fact, if you watch for coupons, man, they do like a buy one get one free if you live around here locally in your coupon book. You guys ever snuck a coupon into a date? Never. Sam, never?
No, I can't say that I have.
Is using a gift card, you might have bought it. Is using a gift card wrong on a date? If you're trying to impress, like, it's your first
Probably
date?
not on a first date, no.
Because you could slip it in there. It would look like a credit card, wouldn't it? Maybe? If you close the thing down?
Yeah. You just don't want to get caught.
Yeah. Jim, you ever used gift cards?
Not on a first date, but the time that I did, and it wasn't really even a date though. I just offered up the place because I happen to have a gift card. So
Yeah,
Just a
that
little
makes
more
sense. That's something you
casual.
could definitely say. That's more of a yeah. That's a casual. Second or third date, that's totally cool. I think.
yeah,
I think that's fine. All right. You think women are judging us pretty heavily on where we take them out for their first date? Is that pretty much a given?
If they don't, their friends will.
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't that suck, dude? If you have a chick that works in an office environment with lots of other ladies, which a lot of them do, or even they work at like a retail store, they're gonna have some friend they talk to. That friend can still break. You could have had a great date, and that damn friend can still get in their head, can't they?
Same thing goes for guys, though. You can have a great date with a girl that you really get in touch with, and then you don't want to bring around your guy friends because she's not as hot as the last one, and all of a sudden it doesn't work.
I agree with you, but that's not something in conversation that can get ruined. Women can ruin it in conversation, right? Because they're going to base it. Guys aren't going to go, well, where did you take her? Oh, hell, they're not going to do all that. There's no way a guy can really ruin a chick. But a woman, let's say that you go out with, I don't know, Roseanne, some chick named Rosie or whatever. Rosie goes back to the store the next day, and I can't think about I think about Roseanne Barr now, it's running the whole thing. But Rosie goes to work the next day. Her friend, hearing about y'all's date, could ruin it for you.
Yeah, but see, still, this is actually Roseanne in this situation. I go to you and I say, hey, man, I'm dating this really cute girl. And you're like, oh, really? Are you into her? Oh, yeah, I'm really into her. You end up talking to Sam, who's already met Rosie, and he's like, yeah, she's a bit of a big girl. And then all of a sudden I start catching wind of this. Me and Rosie break up.
But see, you're talking about physically.
Yeah.
We're talking about looks. Let's say she's cute, though.
But, yeah, I'm just saying that both sexes can be influenced by their friends.
Yeah, but I'm talking about okay, I know what you're saying, and I agree with you're right about what you said, okay? But there had to take a third party that knew her. Let's say that nobody knows her.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that nobody at her, give me an example. She works at the Galleria Mall at the Coach store, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right? She goes in there. Nobody there knows you. They have no connection to Jimmy Ryan, okay?
Right.
And by the way, Rosie's hot. She's not a fucking, oh, I said that for it.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Put the money in the tip jar.
Yeah, we should do that. Rosie's not, let's call her Shelly, because I think we're all thinking ugly chick. Shelly can go back to the Coach store, talk to her friend who doesn't know you, and you could be ruined based on where you took her. Right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, unless the girl says that she really likes him. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Because like that, it's almost completely equal. Because if a girl says, "Oh, but I really like him, I'm going to give him another shot," the girl will be more accepting of that.
What about if with your job though? I agree with you, but let's say your job is you run you're a bar manager because people don't like bar. You run the bar at Duke's. You're a bartender. That could even though she says don't you think their friends like, well, he's a bartender. You know how bartenders are. Couldn't that happen?
Yeah, but the same thing goes with models. She's a model, man. You know how that mentality works.
Guys are just like, dude, banger.
Well, yeah, temporarily.
But the girl will say like, get away. Period. The guys are like, you know how models are, but go ahead. But they're not saying to not like.
Yeah.
You know how models are, dude. High maintenance, but hit that, dude. Hit that. You know.
Yeah, they'll say have fun, but if all of a sudden your friend comes up to you and says, "Oh, we're gonna start getting serious," like
you hold on, you got a point, okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't kill the deal.
No, it doesn't kill it. You can still have sex with her as a guy, but
women could literally kill the deal, right?
Yeah, except for how it is. Women don't. Oh, they don't like being told what to do. So what will happen is that, Cindy will get told not to go see, John anymore because John's working at the bar. And she'll be like, oh, yeah, you're probably right. And they'll date for a little while. John will get his. And then all of a sudden, like, they'll break it off. And the original friend will say, oh, remember when I was telling you about John? John ended up being a no good, guy.
Told you so. But, the told you so works. You can say I told you so to almost anybody because people don't stay dating very long, okay?
Yeah.
The I told you so, I can take everyone in a relationship in this room, which is none of us. I can take everyone in a relationship, though, and say, it ain't going to work out. And it's not going to work out eventually. You know what I mean? So you can always say I told you so, whether it be a day later or 6 months later or a year later. But, all right, you got a good point. You have a good case. I still think the woman is way stronger. Okay, I think the guys are much more accepting. And you brought up the word model. Very rarely is it a model. You know what I mean? The guys are very rarely going to be dating a model. You know what I mean? That's going to happen very few times. But lots of guys.
Well, like a dancer or something, too.
Okay, but even then, it's still less likely. But lots of guys work as bartenders or waiters or they don't have a good job. They're a trash man or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it's just highly more corrosive from the women's side point. I you can only imagine with what I do for a living how many times I've had this happen. A lot. Well, my friends, it may not ruin it the first date, but boy, I've had several girls like, My friends just all think I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I can't. They don't know why you can only imagine how many times I've heard that. Okay, a lot. And you got to think parents can't love me. I mean, a girl that I dated. I don't use names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. A girl that I dated. Her mom don't like me. In fact, I found out her kid don't like me either. By the way, which that's pretty crazy. That's pretty harsh, isn't it? That's pretty much not a good thing. But because I don't play enough with a kid. Is that wrong? I'm sitting there trying to defend myself about a child. I'm like, I caught myself the other day going, in all fairness, so y'all came over and right in the middle of this, and this. I can't help it that your child was there and I couldn't play. Your kid doesn't like me because I couldn't play. You know what I mean? You came in the middle of a bad thing going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I watched the Ashton Kutcher show, Sam, I could relate to a lot of that last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're it's hard to play with kids when you're busy and you got real life problems that are serious problems, and I had a lot on my plate, but
Yeah, and when you just hate kids.
well, I don't hate kids.
That's my problem.
Your problem. Have you dated? I know you've dated a girl with a kid before. Have you dated a girl with a kid where that was the deal breaker?
No, we just kind of broke it off before I actually had to vocalize that was going to be a deal breaker.
So before it could get there, it was there, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet the kid?
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you date? Do you mind me asking?
It was kind of like off and on for a few months.
Okay, so you dated more than a week or two. So
Yeah.
you eventually met the child, and the child never got close to you, right?
Yeah.
Wow, you paused.
No.
Okay.
No.
So you weren't babysitting or nothing?
No.
People think I don't like kids, man. My assistant, Stephanie, used to work for me, had a little boy, and she thought I didn't like kids, man. And it wasn't that at all. In fact, it was quite the opposite. But it was work, There was no reason to talk about the kid or bring the kid around and so on. But she just thought I hated kids, man. I don't dislike kids, but when you're in a serious job and you got serious issues going on, it's hard to have a kid around for a minute or two, when they're a distraction, And if you got to take care of business, you got to take care of business. Oh, anyway. Well, interesting, man. I think we've covered relationships today quite a bit. Well, our show is complete, man. It is 2:00. It's time for us to wrap it up. As you should do if you're dating out there. You should always wrap it before you tap it. Remember Action Wraps for all your banner and decal needs. Also to wrap your car. Action Wraps. Check them out. ActionWraps.com. ActionWrapsDFW.com. For banners, signage, anything you need out there, guys. I am Sunbrew Brandon. Check us out on sunbrew.com, sunbru.com. Sam the Mailman, anything you want to plug?
Just redcarpetcrash.com. You can win free stuff.
Redcarpetcrash.com. Jimmy, anything you want to talk about? Plug, promote.
Let's see. Webfactory.me. Just websites, all types of production work, web stuff, web media, that good stuff. So
Webfactory.me.
Yep.
Hey, what is .me? That's like .com. It's like .tv. What is a .me? Everything kind of sends to go of like the .org is for nonprofit.
Right.
What does .me mean?
.me is a little bit newer, and the reason why I like that one especially is because it doesn't have to report to certain groups like ICANN, and that's turned into quite an issue lately whenever it comes to certain rights you have as a domain owner. So I prefer the .me over the .coms.
What is ICANN?
ICANN is like a naming service for all the different domains, and it's run by essentially the last person who has a veto vote is the U.S. government. So let's say that the government doesn't really dig what you're doing. They can literally pull your .com away from you. And that's not something that that's not something that I really like.
Can we talk about tomorrow's show? Can you tell me people that have that happen? Do you know who's had that happen?
Yeah, quite a few people lately.
Will you remember that? So I can. I'm not gonna remember, but yeah, I want to talk about that tomorrow on the show then.
Okay.
For sure. And can you pull up and like list out like 5 or 6 that we can discuss, like what they did and maybe like why they had it done?
Okay.
All right. And how do you know about this, from reports?
Yeah, just I'm a geek.
All right, tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about why the government has pulled up websites and taken them off. I guess, just abolished them, okay? All right, guys, we'll see you next time, man. Take care.